friends, this is Sanjay Parihar from Houston, Texas. I'm a technologist, and as mentioned, that we are going to bring a lot of notable faces in tour and travel industry to talk about some of the post-COVID-19 measurements, what they are planning to do, what is already in process, and talking about their hotel as well. So while we are going on this journey, I also want to announce that we are in process of consolidating post-COVID-19 measurements together in one platform for you, so that you can learn and implement as you go. So with that thought, now I will introduce Mr. Zakaria Jose from Carmelia Haven Plantation Resort and Spa. He's the owner and executive director of the hotel. Welcome to our show, sir.
Thank you so much.
Great, Mr. Zakaria, and I'm here along with Dr. Andrai. Hi, Dr. An. Great.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Great. So, Mr. Zakaria, the main question people are having is Carmelia Haven is a great, beautiful property, hotel and resort, right? And now, audience are having question that what will happen post COVID-19? What are the measurements being taken? What is the thought process there? So could you please share some detail on that?
Yeah, certainly. See, I would say to begin, before my property, I would say Kerala did a fantastic job in containing the virus. And I think it's been appreciated all over the world. And Kerala is in news across the globe. So I think right from the government machinery, people are aware of how to handle such situations. And, because we had the Nipah, and we had the floods, and now we have, so it's a big learning process which the state already had. Mm-hmm. So thankfully, Kerala was, we could contain the virus. So coming to us as a property, we have actually divided our team into, I would say into three phases. One is our team, and I would say our associates, that's basically our vendors and suppliers, mm-hmm. and then our guests. Mm-hmm. So talking about our team, I would say, right from the back end, like from the guest, right from the staff, our mm-hmm. staff enter the property. Mm-hmm. So we've got, temperature, digital thermometers to analyze temperatures of each staff entering the property. Then we've got, and that's been recorded on a daily basis. And we also have sanitizers, and they were asked to wash their hands first. Then we've got sanitizers and things like that, and that's a dealing process. Then all their uniforms are washed every day, and it's like with disinfectants and things like that.
Right.
So that's the staff process. And again, then I would come to the vendors process, how we receive our vegetables and our provisions and things like that. That again is monitored, and every supplier who comes to the property is being, the temperature has been recorded, and mm-hmm. with the use of a digital thermometer. And we kind of, we don't have for example, I would say if it's an egg tray that comes, that's been all around the place. So right. We actually have it separately with, we have our own egg trays within the property, mm-hmm. or our containers which has been, eggs are put into it. So mm-hmm. these are small measures that leads to a big, I just give you an example.
Right.
So that's at the staff, the vendor's point of view. Then three, I would say our guests, which most importantly our guests. Mm-hmm. Here I would say, again, we've made certain, changes in our SOPs, mm-hmm. And with the help of experts. Mm-hmm. And we also including a few, people for, audits, so who could help us out in preparing our SOPs post COVID-19. Mm-hmm. And again, I would say, right from check-in process, we've actually asked the guest to do the pre-registration before they come into the property. So right. On call, and even the passports, they can be scanned and sent to us. So they don't have to, so guests don't have to wait at the reception for long. And there are other guests as well. Mm-hmm. So minimize the contact of with other guests.
Social distancing.
And social distancing, exactly. Mm-hmm. And small things like that. And on arrival, we give them sanitizer. and they wash their hands, then they use a sanitizer, and then they come to the check-in process, which is already done, pre-registered, and then maybe a sanitized key is given to the guest, in which they go to the rooms. Again, rooms are all disinfected. And left for about, say, what we intend to do is like a minimum of 1 day. Like, right. I'm sure the occupancy levels will be initially low, so we thought we'll leave it for 24 hours and then disinfect like the plastic things like remotes, then switches, then and the doorknobs and handles and things like that. So those are all I think small things that matter a lot when a traveler's point of view.
Absolutely.
So I think even he should be feeling safe to reach a property where he's traveling to. So I think measures have been taken, and like we're just preparing our SOPs, reworking on our SOPs, and things are. We're not encouraging room service, and again, as a property, I would say we are spread around in 55 acres, so a lot of outdoor options for dining as well.
Wow.
So even dining concepts, it can be. The social distancing can be maintained.
Right.
And several other things like that. Yeah.
Great. So there's a lot of information to share with us. Social distancing, even cleaning of the stuff, and automated check-in. That will definitely help audience. Travelers to feel safe and kind of That's great thought, and thank you for sharing with us. Now let's as we are going further, there is after COVID-19. How is the location? Tell us more about the location of the Camellia Haven.
Yeah, certainly. See, we are actually not. We are in the hill stations of Kerala, in the Western Ghats.
Right.
We are about 150 kilometers from Cochin and Madurai, which is the closest airports. And we are actually not exactly. We are in any town as such, but in a small village called Vandanmed. Vandanmed is the largest producer of cardamom in the world. So, we are actually a 55-acre property amidst the plantations. So, from every room, you've got a view to the plantations, overlooking all a room overlook the plantations.
Wow.
Down below.
Wow.
And you don't actually have many people around. Not many people living around the property as such, because again, as I told you, it's a plantation hub. So it's all large plantations nearby, and I would say we're about 4,000 feet above sea level, and ideally placed, where we don't require an air condition even during peak summers and things like that. With a lot of, we are away from the maddening crowd, and our closest activity spot would be Thekadi. We are close to Thekadi, the Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary. It's about 20 kilometers from our property. But experiential point of view, I would say we've got a lot of plantation experiences within the property. So that's our highlight. And people.
And the main USP.
Yeah, exactly. That's our USP. And we've got rooms also in those categories. They're known as planters, villas, and things like that, and scattered, and rooms are clustered into different segments. In a different cluster, a few in the orange cluster, a few in the tea cluster, a few in the cardamom cluster, like that.
Great. And so, like you said, it's a peaceful getaway. In a way, it's if you want to have peaceful time there, it's
exactly
great. Amazing, and
a lot of bird life. A lot of bird life is in the property.
Bird life, wow.
Bird life, yeah. And we also have almost 32 varieties of fruit-bearing trees. So that attracts a lot of birds within the property.
That's great. Now coming back to hotel, right? There is always a question about what category the hotel is, how the rooms are. Could you tell us more about those lines?
Yeah, I would say as a 4-star product, but with a lot of experiences. I would say it'll be an experiential holiday,
right?
Rather than because I would say within the property we've got a lot of activities, and we've got a planters library. So as I told you, it's a plantation resort. Our thinking is, it's always in terms of a planter's point of view.
Right.
So an experience what a planter, how he lives, and things like that. So we've got we basically have cardamom, tea, pepper, and coffee plantations, and we've got a planter's library here where we have an interactive session, an audio visual session, and then we have a library which has books of journals of those particular spices, and right from origin to things. So guests can actually go in detail of a planter's life and different kinds of crops, what they grow and things like that of this terrain, especially in our terrain.
Great. And all of this looks pretty interesting, right? To hear about those things.
Because it seems like property is quite big. 50 acres. You mentioned more than 50 acres of thing, and of course this is away from city. And being the laser resort, I'm sure a lot of family with kids might be visiting and staying in your hotel and resorts. So just I wanted to know, what are the different activities for kids, if you can just throw some light on, and even outside the hotel, if let's say somebody is staying for 2 days or 2 nights. So what the other things which families can explore apart from while being in the hotel?
Yeah, I'll just come to that. I would say, as I told you, we've got a traveler's point of view. I would say it's a learning process when they come to our resort. Even kids, we have the general activities like every resort has, like table tennis and billiards and all that stuff, indoor and outdoor games. But I would say it's a learning process even for kids. We've got a lot of we've got rabbits in the property, as well as a plantation resort. We've got rabbits, then we've got goose, guinea fowls, and things like that. So it's again, it's an opportunity for even kids to play around with these little animals, and it'll be maybe a first time experience for them as well. So it's a hands-on experience they have with nature and a plantation experience. And and we have an in-house naturalist, so he takes around the property. As I told you, it's a 55-acre working plantation. So it's a process where they can learn of different spices, like how cardamom is grown, how tea is plucked. They actually see a tea plant in real, and then a cardamom plant and its processing, and right from picking of cardamom to drying of cardamom is shown. And activities-wise, I would say even for the elderly, we have another annex property called Kailasapara Estate. That's where I live with my family. So we have a planters interaction there. Like me and my wife and my mother, we live here. So guests come and have an interaction with the planter actually. So we have a small chat with a cup of tea, a cardamom tea actually, and with a local snack.
Wow.
And so they carry back memories, and it's a learning experience, as I told you. Be it kids or elderly, everything. I would say, I would remember my holiday if I learned something from that holiday. So that's the point of view, I would say. On a traveler's point of view, we've got a lot of learning experiences and activities during the course of stay with Camellia Heaven.
Great. So a lot of educational tour from kids' point of view. It's more of an educational tour rather than
Yes, exactly.
Is there come educational tour for kids like?
It's an opportunity for kids to try their hands with soil and get their hands dirty with mud, and because we do a lot of vegetable farming and activities like that also.
Very true.
Within the property, so they can go harvest their own vegetables and things like that, and they learn that as well. So it's a hands-on experience.
Yeah.
Great.
So and second important part is the cuisine, I think, because Kerala is famous for its local cuisine. I'm sure your resorts also might be offering a lot of mouth-watering cuisine. So what are the cuisine kind of stuff which you offer to your travelers and people?
See, I would say our culinary experience emphasizes on farm fresh produce, because we are proud to say we have a genuine estate and bungalow cuisine, and it's vastly customizable again for vegetarians and people to allergy and things like that. So we have a vegetable, as I was mentioning to you some time back, we have a vegetable farm of 4 acres where we've got 4 people working every day.
Okay.
So almost 40% of our vegetables are grown in-house, and so we have a farm to plate concept. So guests can go pick vegetables and bring their own vegetables, and we have a small cooking demonstration, and so guests can actually have a live cooking demo, and we give them a small recipe which is being printed of the particular dish what they make, and they carry it back home. So as basically, as I told you, it's basically a farm to plate concept with a lot of estate and bungalow cuisine. And we also have the multi cuisine menu which can cater to any even to international travelers.
Great. Wow. And while we talk about based on my experience, these things are great. These properties are great for the corporate travelers where they can do team building operations, and team building is such an important concept for corporate. I'm sure it's going to be doing a lot there, right? Tell us more about that.
See, I would say, as I told you, we've got 55 acres. We've got a lot of team building exercises, and we've got a lot of corporates coming in here for their training and team building exercises.
Mm-hmm.
So here at a property, close by a property where I live, that's a 1,500 acre plantation, and we have a 4 acre lake. So there we have there we have boats, so where people can actually do, they have small boat races where we have rowboats and they go.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So it's basically team building exercises which can cater to corporates and people like that. And we've got large grounds as well, grassland. Again, they do some outdoor team building exercises, and, things like that. Yeah.
Wow. Great. And yeah, go ahead.
No, as I was telling you, we also have the property where I live in. We have a plantation tour within the property, so guests can actually go on a plantation tour inside the property. We have an in-house naturalist who does that every day, and that's basically a learning experience of how cardamom is grown, different spices and different flora and fauna within the property. But we also have another experience called a plantation experience, where it's a more detailed program where it's an opportunity for a traveler or a guest staying with us to go mingle with the laborers working at the estate every day. Because as I told you, it's a working plantation. We almost have 40 people working in the estate every day.
Wow.
On the year. So permanent labor, working in the plantations every day. So any kind of any time of the year, they have an opportunity to go to an activity. The guests can go to an activity, try and hand
incorporate
picking tea leaves, interacting with the laborers.
Right.
It's a more detailed program. Some people carry sacks of tea tea leaves. So they all. It's a play. An opportunity for the guests to get, to get their hands dirty and have a feel of mud and.
And Mr. Sakari, let me ask this, and while we are about to wrap up, now every owner driven through certain passion, right, and that passion comes to the business, right? And I'm sure that goes through the hardship, that goes through up and down every day, but eventually you make through it, right? So tell us more about what was your inspiration, passion, and what was the thought process behind this hotel overall?
See, I would say, this is a property which was started by my father.
Okay.
Way back in 1995, and we are all planters, basically farmers of rubber and cardamom and things like that. So we've been into this. We've been planters, I think, for last 3 generations. So this is the first time. It was the first time investment into hospitality way back in 1995 by my father. I think when tourism began its momentum and when started picking up as a destination on the global front. So I would say that was our, my father, it was a big challenge what he took, and then later we developed into a plantation resort. Basically, letting people know what a planter's life is, and what agriculture is, and what farm produces is. They're all experiences what not everybody gets to see and gets to experience.
Great.
So as I told you, sometime back, it's a learning process. I would say a lot of people come here and they ask us if cardamom could be cultivated where they live, but which cannot, simply because it needs its right type of soil, the altitude, the climatic conditions, and things like that. Wow. So I think it's a big learning process for all travelers who visit us.
Great. Great. So thank you for sharing the inspiration and about the hotel. Thank you for being us here. We will definitely gonna meet you again in future.
Yeah.
And
thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you so much for your time. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.